Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to draw a tarantula. So we are going to draw this fearsome arachnid, and we'll do it in a few easy steps. But we're looking at it from this perspective, like that, like right, not from the top but from the side and slightly from the top so that we can see its frame a little better. So 1, 2, and 3. As many probably guessed, that those are the 3 main parts of, well, actually, insects and anarchids, like they both have this. So head, thorax, abdomen, and the legs necessarily emanate from this particular area. So now we have to imagine if we were to make this 2D and put the 3 ovals or the 3 balls together, we would have something like that. And let's do that also. So that is the shape in which we are placing these, and everything from that perspective is going to come up. So let's do these legs first, and we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Going backward, 1, 2, 3. So there's foreshortening there. Foreshortening as in that from that angle it's going to begin appearing like that. And this leg only 1, 2, 3. So sharper angle there because we're looking at it from that perspective. Now this leg right in the front, we have to imagine that it's coming like out. Now I could easily put it out like this and show it, and we can do that. But more accurate would be in this particular position. 1, 2, and 3. And then again we go back to the next one. 1, 2, and 3. So we are getting to more liberties with this side to work wider angles. 1, 2, and 3, and then in the end 1, 2, and 3. It's also necessary to give these legs a character of their own if you can. They don't have to be placed very evenly when we are talking about doing a tarantula or any spider for that matter. Now we picked the tarantula because it is a very, very generic spider shape. It's not a generic species because it's very, very it's a very feared species of spider, and the reason is really the way they look. So that will be the tip, which will go a little bit like that, just to make the creep factor work better, because spiders are supposed to be feared. So that's one pair of legs, and others on this side we will do the exact same thing, except we have to remember that when it's a tarantula, we are speaking about a hairy arachnid, and a hairy arachnid means that the legs will be a little buffier than a conventional spider. For instance, a black widow's legs are very streamlined like that, so very, very sharp. But in this case we are talking about thicker legs. So now right about here we are going to, the head won't come here actually, we have to raise it up because it'll be positioned here somewhere, because the tarantula's head is the most prominent feature, containing mandibles like that. So I've put that slightly larger, just for a dynamic, let's say, feel to it. I'm going to grab a different pen here. Okay, and then, yes, and then there's a set of mandibles right there. Mandibles right there. Bottom of the head. Its eyes. All of them. Here. Head joins with the thorax, and the thorax takes a slightly slimmer route, and then we go into the heightened abdomen area, which is probably going to be somewhere along those lines. And of course there's this bulge right here. Now we have to understand that tarantulas, again, are effective as a spider species because of their fearsome appearance. Like, they're furry, and if you just think about the Goliath bird-eating spider, you will instantly know that, yep, there's like something going on there. That it's an arachnid that can kill a bird. The bird necessarily does not have to be larger than it, but in many cases there are birds, for instance a sparrow is, well, fair game for a bird-eating, Goliath bird-eating spider, but there's also instances of finches, wrens becoming sort of a meal. So the tarantulas not necessarily partaking of the flesh, but definitely partaking of the digestive juices from their prey. But here's the surprise factor. I think many will be familiar with this too. So we're getting that tarantula feel here of a tarantula. Now if we were to just put in like tones into this, the ideal tones will be, if we go in, put in here like this. Like, spiders are hairy. Like, if you look at your common jumping spider, and in your, probably around your home, like somewhere you will encounter one. It is one of, again, awesome hydraulics in terms of legs, and it is a spider that has hair on it. Like, it is a hairy spider. Although its legs are not as furry as the hairy tarantula, but it is still like comprising of hair. Like, there is hair on its frame. But we're talking about the tarantula, like being the hairy tarantula. Of course it's called hairy tarantula because it is hairy, and that is why we're doing these tones here, in which we have, and we're doing this very quickly. Like, if you take your time, this can really become a very, very interesting exercise, an interesting art exercise. But right now what we're just doing is we're putting in quick tones, Now the tones on from tarantula to tarantula vary. There's like fiercer colors which are orange and black, and then there's others which are like dull gray, brown. So there's like some different like species like going there. Now when we are talking about tarantulas being feared because of their look, nature is very, very smart. And that's also where, again, I think we have mentioned it in one of our other videos, that not necessarily everything is just like, random evolution. And it's proven, in my opinion, by the fact that these fearsome arachnids can also become victims. And I'm not talking about victims of larger animals like badgers or an owl coming down on it. I'm talking about an insect, not even an arachnid, an insect that is necessarily smaller than it. And this is we're just imparting and just sharing a fact here. And probably many folks know about it, but the tarantula, we're talking about one of the bigger ones, one of the feared ones. Just its like appearance should strike like fear into the senses of a smaller creature that like keep your distance. But the tarantula hawk, which is a species of wasp, and definitely with all the attributes of a wasp, but slightly larger than the conventional wasp, actually preys on a tarantula to paralyze it, inject it, and sometimes use its frame as a gestation for its babies. Just like it's sort of like a alien-like horror story, but very true. And I think I don't know, sounds cruel, but one of the ways of nature checking the fearsomeness of the tarantula. So here we have it. Quick sketch of a spider, but necessarily a tarantula. We will do some other sleeker spider styles, like a black widow, like very sleek, very dangerous. But here's a tarantula from this perspective, and we just go about it frame by frame, throw in some groundwork with a crosshatch, and we can keep going from there, make it very detailed, make it in colors, and all those different options. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.